up, everybody? Welcome back to Second Street Wednesday, and today I'm here to present you all with my new comic book pull. How this is doing that already. I love how Streamlabs is already messing with me. You gotta love it. But we're gonna go with it anyway. I know you can kind of see the little setup in the background there. Yes, I'm using a different camera right now. But anyway, guys, I hope you're all having a very good day today. Oh man, and yeah, at this point I almost want to know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know down in the chat. So let me double check this thing, just to double check. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. Oh man, apologies, folks. Apologies. Thank you all so much for being here today. I am going to present you all with my comic book pull list for the week. In case you can't see, Streamlabs messing with me. It does this quite often. It's whatever. We're going to go with the flow. Today I am going to present you all with my comic book pull list, and then we are going to get into the live chats and interact with you all and talk about just some stuff, right? So without further ado, in case you don't know what a comic book pull list is, if you're watching this later, I might put some cards. I don't normally do that on my videos, but it'd be right up there to tell you what a new comic book pull list is, or what a comic book pull list is. But without further ado, what I typically do is I show you all like all my comic books I brought home from the comic book shop this week. Starting off with DC, then I get into Marvel, small press, and indies. But first, starting off before we do that, I want to talk about something a little bit different today. I got this right here. This is a comic book from a local comic creator here in my area, about a little town about 30 miles, 40 miles north of me in Tehachapi, California. It is this book called Soulstream. This is an ash can version. Oh man, that light's way too bright for you guys to even really see that, isn't it? What if we, there we go. That a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Right there. This comic book right here is written by this 16-year-old girl named Saida Wolf. Now, like I just said, she is from a little town here close to me. She's 17 years old. Now, this book is being put out by Scout Comics. It is going to be part of their non-stop imprint, but they are also doing it under this other thing, this other one that they are calling Scoot, which I'm guessing from the sounds of it, maybe they're trying to promote younger creators out there. So make sure that you check this out. You can pick this up. This will be available at your local comic book shop. Here I will share. I will eventually get. I'll maybe here on the community wall or in the or later on the chat. I'll pin it back on this video once it finishes uploading in the chat. I'll pin that in a comment. But you can pick it up. It's called Soulstream, and you can order this from Diamond from your local comic book shop. And there's all the information right there that you can see. Now, what that is those are the numbers and everything. It's going to be $1.99. Now, what they do with this nonstop imprint is they release a one-issue comic book. And you know what? This thing's really getting on my nerves right now. This thing's really getting on my nerves. We're going to. Okay, we're already there.
Bam.
Bam.
There we go.
There we go. We got it. All right. I all of a sudden am I hearing stuff?
Okay.
All right, there we go. But yes, guys, this will be available at your local comic book shop. Again, I want to say you should go support this. It's only going to be $1.99. Like I said, all that information is right there. It's going to be $1.99 for that first issue. Now, I read a book like this on Scout Comics not too long ago on their nonstop imprint. What they do is they release an issue number 1, and then they go through and they release a trade paperback after that. So based on that issue number 1, you can decide if you want to buy the trade paperback or not. Now, this young lady, this girl, this Saito Wolf, she is the writer. She is the artist. She did this whole book herself. This is all her. 16-year-old girl did it. Hey, if she can put out a book on, through, it's getting big distribution, hey, you have no excuse for anything that you. So make sure you go check this out. Again, that is Soul Stream by Saito Wolf. It's going to be on Scout Comics. The order code for it, if you want to go into your LCS to order it, is NOV. That's N as in now. NOV or November 201510. Again, I'll probably share that stuff a little bit later. But hey, I'm gonna check it out. I got this little ash can from my LCS. I'm going to pick up the little one shot, and I will pick up the trade paperback. Hell, it's a 16-year-old girl trying to make a living, trying to do something for herself. She's trying to make her own comic books. Why not support that, right? Anyway, getting into my comic book pull list, and my regular comic book pull list, starting off with DC as always, because we are a DC channel here now, is Punchline, issue number 1. Now, this is a one-shot, so calling it an issue number 1 seems kind of ridiculous, but this book is very good, written by James Tynion the fourth, as well as Sam Johns, and the art in here by Mirka Andolfo is phenomenal. I'm telling you, I've never really seen Mirka Andolfo's work or anything, never read any books she's done, but this book is freaking great. For this character, the story it's telling in here is really good. I really like this. This is a book you need to go out and read. Pick this one up. Buy it. There's no reason you shouldn't. Very good book. Punchline, issue number 1 it was. The next one I've got here is Dark Knight's Death Metal Infinite Hour Extreme. I haven't got a chance to read this book yet, but guaranteed, I'm probably going to enjoy it. I'm just guessing because so far out of all the Dark Knight's Death Metal stuff, I've quite enjoyed it. I know a lot of people don't. Obviously, I do see what they are doing, getting ready to go through here in the future with DC. We know they're doing that future state thing. We can really see what's going on here with that in this in this series so far, because how just things with Perpetua and the Robin King, just all these different, just everything kind of going together. We see, like, I can see kind of how it's unfolding. I've been reading all the tie-ins, which is a bunch of one-shots, and the main storyline. The only thing I haven't really been reading, I guess, is is Justice League, but I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and read those eventually. The next one I've got here is Hawkman, issue number 29. So sad to see this go. This is the last issue of this series being written. Oh, man. Being exquisitely written by Robert Venditti. Really enjoyed this series. Sad to see it go. Yeah, maybe someday it'll come back soon, but you know what? I'm telling you, this book is good. Gonna miss it. Can't wait to read this one. Didn't get a chance to read that one yet, but yeah, that's good. But that's all I've got for my DC books this week. We're going to go ahead and get right here into Marvel. We're going to start off with Taskmaster, issue number 1. I thought this book it's written by Jed MacKay. Jed MacKay is actually a pretty good writer. He was just writing the Black Cat series before it got canceled, and it's getting restarted. Is he writing Black Cat again? I can't remember. But anyway, Taskmaster, issue number 1. I thought this book was good. It was pretty funny. It was written in the style that Jed MacKay writes. Kind of funny, kind of slapsticky, kind of silly. But at the same time, there's some cool stuff in here. Some great stuff happens in here that really got me into this book. You know what? You want spoilers? We're going spoilers right now. We're going spoilers right now because the one thing that'll make me want to read this book is right here. Taskmaster is kind of being chased down. He's being chased down by... Who's going to get me to read this series? That's right. Black Widow is facing off with Taskmaster here so far in issue number 1. I thought issue number 1, it was pretty good. It was kind of funny, kind of, I don't know. I guess we'll see where it goes. Definitely, if you like this character, Tony Masters, you like Taskmaster, go check it out. I do have some nitpicks with the art in it, but the art isn't bad. And who was it that did the art in that? It was, oh man. I lost it. Man, they put it at the very end. I love it. I love it. You don't know who made this book to the very end. Alessandro Vitti. The colorist was Guru EFX. Letterer was VC's Joe Caramagna. The art in this book is pretty good. I like most of it, but there are some things that I'm kind of like, I don't know that I like that I like it so much. But altogether, it was a pretty decent read. Next, I've got Marvel Zombies Resurrection. I haven't read this one yet. This Resurrection series overall, I haven't really been very impressed with it. It's not the greatest. I don't know. It's certainly no Deceased. And believe me, I don't want to compare it to Deceased because they're really totally different things altogether. The next one I've got here is Savage Avengers issue number 14. Going to read this one, going to review it. Now, some of these I am just reviewing here for the channel. Like I've said in some past streams and stuff, I'm pretty much done with buying Marvel books. I'm just, I'll read them and I'll review them for you all. But most of them I'm going to be getting in trades if I like them. Other than that, that's really about it. Like Captain Marvel because they keep going up in value. But anyway, the next one we've got here is The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 52. But don't forget, boys and girls, 52LR is being released this week as well. That is one of the last remains tie-in, is kind of just expanding the world of what's going on in The Amazing Spider-Man. We'll read that one, get that reviewed here on the channel. Altogether, Nick Spencer's Spider-Man to me it's been pretty good. It's been pretty decent. I can't really complain much about it. I mean, I could, but what good would that do, right? The next one I've got here, we're getting into our 10 of Swords now. Is right here, Marauders issue number 15. And maybe if you've been paying attention, maybe you're sitting there like, oh, Trinity, but this, like, last week Marauders came out, right? Yes, it did. Along with that X-Men issue, that one everybody loved to read, man. Didn't everybody love that, the way that Marvel gave us that book again? And I don't know. Anyway, we all know how Marauders issue number 14 ended. This issue number 15 picks that story right up where that left off. Now, that was the thing, that what happens in this book was something I kind of figured, especially right off the bat, especially the way the last one ended. I'm like, I don't see that happening. I don't see that being like possible. What Wolverine did at the end of the last one. But this one picks it right up, gets you right back into the story. I thought this issue was pretty good. Altogether, aside from some huge nitpicks, I'm not upset as many other people about what's been going on with the 10 of Swords and stuff, but I will say that it's irritating. It's very irritating what they have done with that X-Men issue number 14 and some of those things. Very irritating. They shouldn't be doing that. I don't know. Then the next one we've got here is the part 15 of the 10 of Swords. This one is Excalibur number 14. And again, this one's very good too. This one, like, we're really in these next few issues here, here in Excalibur issue number 14, we finally get into the tournaments. We're really going. We're really starting to catch stride here, going through the rounds of the tournaments as the mutants of Krakoa and Arakko start battling it out in this tournament. It's actually getting pretty good now. Like, who would have thought? Like, more than halfway through the series, they finally decide to pick it up and make it interesting. Guess they couldn't have done that before. Guess they couldn't have done that in the previous, 13 issues. Anyway, the next one we've got here is chapter 16. That's Wolverine, issue number 7. Again, Wolverine has been pretty good. Here they changed the artist for Wolverine. They've actually got Joshua Cassara doing the art in here, which Joshua Cassara typically does at X-Force. That's where we're used to seeing his work at within the series. But here writing this is Benjamin Percy and Jerry Dugan. So we've got a couple of different people writing this. I believe it was Benjamin Percy who was also writing X-Force. And here we see him teaming up with Jerry Dugan, who is the regular writer of Wolverine. Yeah. And this one again, they're getting into the battles here. We're in full battle mode here by the time we get into Wolverine issue number 7. This book is good, guys. you've been out, like, like 10 of Swords made you mad. You don't want to read it no more. It's time to get back on. And I'm telling you, these last, the issues that released this week, ooh, look at this thing. This thing's doing it again. It's doing it again. Computer, you son of a... Streamlabs, you son of a bitch. But anyway, that's all I have for my Marvel books this week. Going to get into some indies, starting off with Aftershock Comics. We got Miskatonic issue number 1. Again, they like to do these things, $4.99 for the book, you know, the issue number 1. I don't know. Aftershock Comics puts out good books. Most of their books I like. I will know with this issue number 1 with $4.99 if I'm going to like it or not. Could it be if it was, you know, $3.99? Yeah, sure. But most of the time when I read the solicits and stuff, I can tell usually on an Aftershock book if I'm going to like it or not. And this one is one that kind of sounded interesting. It sounded interesting to me, so I went ahead and picked it up. Going to read this one. Going to review it. Like Aftershock, I like them. What can I say? What can I say? The next one is on Antarctic Press. This one is a thick book. It's a pretty thick book. You can see it right there. Look how thick that book is. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but it was $9.99. It's got this nice thick cover on it as well. But it's Hot Valley Days and Cocaine Nights, issue number 1 of 3. So got this one in. I don't know, just that title got me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, ooh, that sounds great. Does this take place in like Miami? Oh wait, no, that's that other comic book I'm reading. We'll get into that. But the next one we got here is on AWA Upshot. You know, one of my favorite publishers out there. This is American Ronin, issue number 2. I cannot wait to get into this one. I thought issue number 1 was pretty decent. Can't wait to get into issue number 2 and see how this series is going to progress. And I don't know. I've liked what AWA Upshot has put out so far. No complaints with any of their work. So, hey, I'm on board. Plus, 5 little issue miniseries. I can have 5 issues, read them, review them. If I don't like them, I can give them away or whatnot. But disappointed me yet. They haven't disappointed me yet. Now, moving on to Behemoth Comics. This week, I've got Hotline Miami Wildlife, issue number 3. Now, this book did come out last week. I'm not sure what happened at my LCS or like with the shippers, because I think they said it was probably Diamond, you know, if they got their order in a little late or whatnot, if it got shorted or what. But this came out last week. But I'm going to read this and review this one, like I was just saying. Hotline Miami Wildlife has been a very good series so far through issue number 1 and issue number 2. One I've definitely enjoyed. It's based on a video game, and it kind of reminds me almost like Grand Theft Auto in a comic book. But I don't think the game is quite like that. I think it's probably somewhat like that, but not. I don't know. If you ever played it, let me know down in the comments below. I would like to know a little bit more about that. The next one on Boom Studios Comics. Now, I got to say something about this one, too, is 7 Secrets, issue number 4. I'm telling you, if you guys aren't reading this one, Boom Studios is known for putting out some pretty good books. Their titles are really nice. They're really good. The quality of the actual book itself is really good. Tom Taylor's been doing a pretty good job with this series. I'll probably read like the first 10 issues or so. This is going to be an ongoing series. But this book has been really good. Issue number 3 was really good. I thought it was very good. It was nice and heartwarming. But this one, you know, I was at my LCS and they had, I wouldn't say it's damaged, but it's kind of got this like little, I'm not sure, you probably can't really see it there with the lighting and everything. But it's got like a little spot where like it seems like something landed on it. But like all of the ones that they had there, there was something like there was, you know, something like the staple you could see where it was like compacted too much in with the staples and you know, sometimes you take the best of what there is, I guess. It happens. But moving on to Dark Horse Comics, we've got one that I know my favorite Porter, Mike Porter, he's going to like this one. This is Bill and Ted Are Doomed, issue number 3. Can't wait to get into this book. Like I said, I think in this series, they have really nailed the characterization of Bill and Ted. It really feels like you are reading a comic book with these actual characters, which is something very good, because I will say that Dynamite Comics, the last issue they did of, God, what was that? The Ash, the Army, Death to the Army of Darkness, maybe? I think it was Death to the Army of Darkness. And like the character of Ash didn't really feel like Ash to me. You know what I mean? Like it didn't feel like Ash. And I think that's something that's very important when you're writing a book like this, especially like a franchise property. But anyway, moving on into IDW Comics, we've got Scarenthood, issue number 1. Now, I wasn't sure what to expect out of here. The artist and writer is Nick Roche with, where's that, Roche? And the colorist is Chris O'Halloran, who does the coloring for the Ice Cream Man book. But this book, it was pretty good. I wasn't sure what to expect. But we see these parents who are, some parents who are like stay-at-home parents who are dropping their kids off at school. And they had some supernatural kind of things happen when one of them was younger. And there's one of the guys, kind of one of the main characters who we see, he's busy. He works at home. He takes his daughter to school. We don't know where the mother's at. It's kind of a mystery. But just very cool stuff, but it gets this is definitely a horror book. Scarenthood, it's not Scarenthood for nothing. Very good book. I like this book. If you want a good horror book, where we see, like some suburbanite parents getting into, like, looking into some supernatural phenomena kind of stuff, this one's it. I thought this book was pretty good on IDW Comics. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. IDW needs more wins. They need more home runs. They definitely need, they could use a base hit. We know a couple of weeks ago they came out with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin, which was in high demand, which is good. This is something that IDW absolutely needs right now. I'm glad to see that they are putting out at least some good titles for people to read, and to hopefully bring some readership back to them and bring some more money in their doors, because IDW does put out some pretty good comic books. They also put out Kanto, which is a very good book. They also put out, what's that other one? Mountainhead, which, man, when's that coming out? When's Mountainhead? Come on. Very good book. The next one we got here is on IDW also, is Dungeons and Dragons at the Spine of the World. Now, I picked this one up because, you know what? I know that my good friends out there, Jen and Sylvia Soska, would say to support this book because it is actually written by Amy Garcia and AJ Mendez. Now, was Amy Garcia, was she a wrestler too? I'm not for sure. I think she was a wrestler too, but AJ Mendez was for sure. They are the ones writing this. You can see his names inside of there. And I was like, hey, we'll check it out. We'll see how the writing does. I don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons. I'm going to read the book. We'll check it out. And maybe we can get my friend Jason from Polyhedral Paradise on one of these days. We'll talk about it, see what he thinks about how this feels to the series. He knows a little bit more about that. If you don't know about Jason from Polyhedral Paradise, you should go check out his channel here on YouTube. He's a cool guy, man. Plus his marathon stream, you've seen it. Like, I love this thumbnail. It's funny stuff. But that's all I've got for my comic book pull list this week, guys. Let me know down in the comments below, what's on your comic book pull list? What of these books would you like to see me do some more in-depth reviews on here on the channel? Now, also, if you're not already aware, consider becoming a channel member. If you're already subscribed, you already got those bell notifications turned on, you're already liking all the videos and sharing them with all of your friends, consider becoming a channel member, because I actually just finally dropped my first video of one of the crowdfunded comic books that I have backed for you guys as a channel member. One of the Myrtle Maniacs. What you are doing is you are helping support crowdfunded comics, because what we are going to do is we're going to find some out there. Once we can hit 20 channel members, I think we're at 15 right now, we will get to let's doing it again. Once we get to 20 channel members, we will find some crowdfunded comics out there, and maybe we will do one a month for, up to, I think we can do up to like $20. We can do one a month once we hit 20 channel members. But I've got some that I have already personally backed that I'm going to be dropping reviews on for the channel members only. And I will probably be dropping some other videos over there for channel members as well, maybe just to test and see how they do, what you guys think about them, get some feedback of a little bit more stuff to bring here on the channel. And also, when I'm looking at the crowdfunding comics, I want to find several different ones and get input from you guys, the Myrtle Maniacs, the people who the videos are going to be made for, so we can check those out. And I just dropped one the other week, or just earlier this week, over the weekend reviewing Richard C. Meyer's Pandemic. I thought it was a pretty fun read, but if you want to see my review on it, you got to become a channel member. And it's only $3.99 for the digital copy, and I'm telling you, $3.99 is the price of a comic book, right? You don't like comics? Hey, come here and watch me talk about them. Watch me drag the people through the mud who drag all the other people through the mud, all the Marvels and the DCs. So that's right. We're doing it. Or are we? I don't know. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get here onto my computer now, and we'll get into the rest of the show. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts. What's on your comic book pull list? If there's any books you're reading or anything, and we'll be right back in just a minute. All right. There we are. What is up, everybody? Apologize for some of the technical difficulties we are experiencing today, but I hope you're all having a very good day. Let's get into the live chats and see who all is here, what you all are saying. Let's see. We've got Yova Rodz here. How are you doing? ReeferMan Reviews, my man. What is up? We've also got Eric Heine. How are you doing this morning? Rob Boswell here in the house. We've got Apex Comics. I hope you didn't buy X-Men number 14. I did. And here's the thing is, like I said, my LCS will let me review the books. I mean, I go there, I work with them and stuff like that anyway. So I can easily review most of these books without paying for them. But like indie books, I'm always going to be pulling anyway. Most of the Marvel and DCs are coming off of my pull list though. But yeah, I bought it, and like, you know what? Like, I kind of seen it coming a mile away because they kept telling this story over and over again. The story that we have heard and read for several different issues. The first time we read that story was in the Powers of X. And then after that, I think we read it again in X-Men issue number 3. And then we read it again recently, just in all these issues. Like, it's like they've been doing nothing but repeating the story. But the Dawn of X and the just everything going on right now is really kind of a repeated story anyway. Like, it's all in House of X and Powers of X. So, yeah. Let's see who else we got here. We got Happy Dinosaur 8000. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Alois Doddle, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, happy you can finally be here. Hell yeah. I'm producing a horror zine for next year with an 8-page story titled Wolf Moon. Nice. Pesky Jones says Wonder Woman star Gal Gadot, whoever is not a feminist is a sexist. Brendan Morrow, more articles. August. Okay. Pesky Jones. Or is that Pesci? Is that Pesci? Are you supposed to be Pesci Jones? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you having a heart attack? Are you all right? Wolf Warner, how are you doing, my brother? What is up? Shout out to all the vets. Absolutely. See, and I almost forgot, like, believe it, like, my furnace went out. Just had some issues. The guy's getting ready to come out and fix it today, but like, it's been cold here the past few days.
in Southern California. Yeah, cold. Like it's been dropping into the 30s. That's California cold. And like we've been freezing, so I've been going out in the morning, chopping up some wood, and bringing it in here, and making a fire in the fireplace and stuff. But yeah. Happy Veterans Day, or Happy Veterans Day. I guess it would be Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. Everybody, thank you for your service. My father himself was is a Marine. He has passed. He passed back in 2002. But yeah, he was a Marine, and certainly, yes, absolutely. Shout out to all the vets for sure. Thank you for the reminder. And yeah, Happy Veterans Day. Absolutely. Fanjecture, my man Adam, how are you doing? Pesky Jones is having a Pesky Jones. Thank you for being here and making it look like I've got a really active chat. It looks like you finally looks like you finally stopped having a heart attack. The Skype panel is open. Yeah. It's wait, which one are you talking about? Which Skype panel? Yeah, the Skype one was supposed to be open. Yeah. It was messing with me. Oh man, now this thing is. Oh, the stream's. Yeah. Oh, okay. You guys, is it freezing up on you guys? Let me know how it's doing for you guys. Down in the comments below. It's saying that it's acting up, and I can imagine that my internet seems like it's been really slow. Just like yesterday and today. Why people need wrenches? Well, we've got a wrench. We've got a wrench out there. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You know what? Part of the no wrenches thing too is like there's people getting timed out and stuff for bullshit. I'm like, you know what? People can say all the stupid shit that. What I don't like is the spammers. Like, you can be a dickhead all you want in the chats. I mean, I would prefer you not fight like a bunch of children in the chats, which occasionally happens. It occasionally happens, but for the most part, I don't mind that. People want to be a dickhead, be a dickhead. Well, that's on you. I'm not here to say who you are, but yeah, the spammer guy. Yeah, I don't know. Pesky Jones. It's all good. Yeah. Well, see, and that's the thing. Damn right I would have gotten rid of the trolls by now, but see that, and I guess that's part of the thing is, where it comes down to, like, I'm only worried about spammers, people spamming shit in the chat. I'm not worried about troll. You want to come in here and be a troll? Most of you cool people in here are probably going to tell the troll to fuck off. You know what I mean? And chances are, I'll probably tell them to fuck off. And that's just fine. But they're more than welcome to be here. Somebody who wants to just, stir the shit. Hey, you're more than welcome to be here. We'll be your friend. Oh, man. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's really messing with me now. Give me the wrench or a shovel. I don't judge, right? I'm looking to get Batman Dark Designs. We only find them when they're dead. Excellence. Trade paperbacks when I go to the comic shop next time. Okay, yeah. I haven't read Excellence, but I've heard it's pretty good. We only find them when they're dead is a series I haven't read myself, but I've heard that it's actually pretty good. I believe that's Al Ewing, if I'm not mistaken. And Batman Dark Designs. I haven't heard that one. But hey. Yeah, Batman. Like, I know James Tynan's Batman has been pretty decent. Part of that day where, Trinity streams. Yeah. Hell yeah. What's up, Landon? Whoa, this went left. Is the X of Swords turning into a huge college frat party house? So the swords were just their RSVP for entry? Yeah, yeah. Obviously you've read, been reading it. Yeah. Still waiting for someone to get poked instead. Shattered glass. Yeah, Wolf Warner. Like, it's like, for me, like, it's getting interesting, and that's the thing is, like, Saturnine, she's playing a game, and yeah, Wolverine is not enjoying it. He's pissed. It's great. Yeah, new Taskmaster. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, that's what the block button is for. Yeah. Currently reading chapter 7 of Ten of Swords. Yeah. All right, good deal. It's like they trying to tie to the MCU. Somewhat. They need to. Why does the Taskmaster have to be bad? We'll see, and that's the thing is, like, there's things about it I didn't like. There was some things about it I did like. It's just like, I don't know, a little back and forth. Savage Avengers must be, yeah, Savage Avengers is actually pretty good. I've enjoyed it. There was a few issues, I think a handful of issues where they had a different artist and it wasn't that great, but altogether it's been pretty good. Two Gun Pedro, my man, pew pew. What is up, man? How are you doing, my brother? I hope all is well. Realize the current Marvel sucks. Yeah, there's only, you know what? It's not that they all suck. See, and that's the thing, Apex. It's not that they all suck. It's just that some of them they're just not good. Because just being not good doesn't mean that you suck. I mean, like, most of the ones I've read don't truly suck. They're just not really that good. Okay? I can't say that they suck. To me, for me to say what they have done, what a lot of Marvel has been doing, is dishonest for me to say that they suck, as opposed to it's just not good. They're not great. They're just kind of subpar, if you ask me. But for me to say that they suck would be to lie, except for some titles, because like I could tell you that Black Widow, the Widow's Sting that came out last couple weeks ago, that sucked. Yeah, that sucked. I mean, Trini, why are you talking about Marauders' new issue? Because I'm working my way through Ten of Swords now. Yeah, no problem. No problem. The art in Wolverine story was awesome, and the X-Force issue as well. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Will Morgan, my man. Guys, you need to go check out Will Morgan's channel. It's called Meta Egg. M-E-T-A Egg. Meta Egg. Go check out my man Will Morgan. Fucking killing it, bro. He's got, so far, I think just 2 videos up, and they're fucking great. You guys need to go check out Meta Egg. Great stuff. Great stuff. Go check it out. Meta Egg. Go check out his videos, man. Good stuff. Snowdub, my man. Go make sure you go check out Snowdub too. How are you doing? As a matter of fact, my man Wayne ReeferMan recently did a reaction to one of his songs. Yeah, seems like so long ago, says Snowdub. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. That's hilarious. Came across your rap songs on your channel and reacted them online. Yeah, ReeferMan, you actually need to you should react to his Go Hawks. Check out Go Hawks also. IDW needs profit, especially original material and not licensed material. Absolutely. Absolutely they do. They do. And Scarent Hood, I'm telling you, that was a good book. Kanto, good one. Like I said, the other one I was reading, Mountain Head, very great book. Good horror book. Spine of the World looks pretty good. It looks interesting. We'll see how it is. Shop owner, Trinity, you have 200 comics you need to pick up today. Right. Yeah. Sell most of your Hickman X-Men comics to help pay for your furnace, right? For real, for real. Yeah, because some of those you can't even find. Some of them like the first printings and all that stuff. I'm like, really? Like most people, if you were interested, you should have had that stuff on your pull list. I want to go to the army, but I want to fight for humanity. I don't want to kill my own kind. Yeah. I hear you. Hey, there's nothing wrong with serving. There's nothing wrong with serving, but it's got to be something you want to do. You can't I'm not even going to get into that. I'm not even getting into that. The guy in LB stream was annoying over here. I'm saying, speak the truth, and he kept spamming it. Oh, yeah. Louis the 13th, thank you so much for being here. I served the USS Nimitz during Desert Storm, and thank you to our troops. And thank you for your service, Apex Comics. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely, Reefer. Thank you for your service. Absolutely. Wilmore motherfucking Trinity. Yeah. Aggressively relaxing, my man. Says, who will win the cooking competition between the realm in the 10 of Forks? Well, so far, I don't know. Mad Jim Jaspers seems like he's been whipping up quite the menu. He went out, reached out to all the corners of Otherworld. He went into every single one of these different realms and asked for their best delicacies. And you know what? He's got quite a list. He's got quite a list that he's serving up. Absolutely. And Aggressively Relaxing is here, guys. This is definitely a channel you want to go check out. Go check out my man, Aggressively Relaxing. Very, very great content over there. Always makes me laugh. Always makes me laugh, man. I mean, except for when he's here on my live streams. Always gets me triggered, right? Come on, and that's why we love aggressively relaxing. I love aggressively relaxing, man. No matter how much I overreact on stuff and, you know, just act triggered to what aggressively says, aggressively relaxing is a great fucking channel. You guys should go check it out. It was a menu to die for. Yes. My grandfather, who's still alive, thank the Lord, served in Korean War in the Navy on the USS Sturdivant. Nice. Awesome. Awesome. Hell yeah. So anyway, guys, let's see what else do we have. I think that was really about it. Some of the new comic books. I mean, we could talk about some of these things if you wanted. But if there's anything you guys want to talk about in particular, let me know down in the comments below, and we can talk about those things. God, what all was it that I was reading yesterday? The Punchline book. Yes, guys, I dropped my review for Punchline here on the channel already. This is a very good book. You guys should definitely, if you like DC, if you're into this character at all of this stuff, definitely check this book out, man. I really did enjoy it. It's a pretty thick book too. It is for what, $4.99? $4.99. Look at that cover, man. Seriously, look at that cover. Now this cover is not the same artist, Mirka Andolfo, who did the interior art. This cover was drawn by Yasmin Putri. Very beautiful cover. I mean, just check it out. Check out that cover. It's great. That's a great cover. Freaking love that cover. But the art in this book is done by Mirka Andolfo. If you watch my review, I was talking about Mirka Andolfo. I've never read any Mirka Andolfo books, any books that she's done the art in, any books that she's just like done on her own, because I know she does like Unsacred, she does Mercy, and some of these other books. Never read any of them. Never really, you know, paid attention. I mean, I've seen some of the art in like Unsacred and stuff. It's a little bit different style than like what's in here. But I gotta say, her artwork in this book is freaking great. Like, I can't overstate it enough. I mean, like, this, like, you know what I usually get upset at when I'm reading a book, or, you know, like, just, like, something that always, kind of pulls me out of the story. I wouldn't say upset, but pulls me out of the story is inconsistencies in art. When you see a character who looks this way in one panel, looks differently in another, looks this way in another, they just have consistently different looks throughout the whole book. We'll get into some of that here in just a minute. It really irks me. And it takes me out of the story. But this, I mean, I'm telling you, like, look at some of this art here. Right here where you can see, like, I'm not sure if you can tell some of the great detail with my great camera here. But, like, look at it. You probably can't see some of the color work in there, some of the line work and stuff in here. I'm telling you, this is really good. Again, Romulo Fajardo Jr. did a great job on this book as well. Was the colorist here. But just all together, just everything in this book, just like, I don't know. I can't overstate it enough. This book is really good. And I got done reading it, and I'm just like, of course, there's some things in here. It's like, okay, you know, James Tynion had to do it. Seriously, one of these days, I'm telling you, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with any of that, but James Tynion, I'm telling you, one of these days, let me just ask the question. When is James Tynion the Fourth gonna make Batman gay? Got, like, he pulls like a who was it? Is it Jerry? Yeah, he pulls like a Jerry Dugan in like almost every series he does. It's got to have that prominent gay character in there. And like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay. But I'm just waiting, because we see it like in every book that I see that he writes. It's there. It's there. Just waiting. When's Bruce Wayne gonna? When's Bruce Wayne gonna play with a little? Man, I can't even say little. That just sounds bad if I say that. When's Batman gonna have some dick? Grayson. What? Come on, what were you thinking, man? Come on, man. Hey, dude, I probably just got some dislikes for that. Anyway, guys, it's okay. But he seems to do this in every book. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you the way it is. He does. He does. But again, getting back to the art in this, I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that art. Man, I'm telling you, this, seeing the art in this book makes me want to go read like all kinds of Mirka Andolfo books and hope that they have as good of art as this is, because this book, like each page turn, man, like I'm telling you, like I'm just like, ah, man, just like in each page, man, like it's just good. It's just good. It's just good. It's beautiful art, man. Like, I was reading this book and I was like, oh, great, it's gonna be a thick book. It's got a lot of words in it. And, you know, like, it's, I don't know. I can't say enough. I mean, the story in here is really good. The art in this book is freaking great. This book is worth owning. This book is definitely worth owning. I would highly suggest going out and buying this book at your LCS today. Just go out and get it. Go out and get it. $4.99 price tag. Don't care. Worth it. Worth it. Worth it. Go buy it. Yeah, art is manga like. Yeah. I guess I could see that. Yeah. And I was gonna say, if you read her Unsacred, it's very manga-like, definitely. Which bring me into speaking of which, manga-like. This is one you should actually know about Apex. Is just recently backed Common America, Volume 1 and 2. Mark Pellegrini, Timothy Lim. That should be coming in the mail here pretty soon. I never read Volume 1, so I did this bundle where I'm getting both of them together. I'm reading through Volume 1 right now, and the art style in it is very manga-like. The story is very good so far from what I've read. I think I don't know, maybe about halfway or a third of the way through Volume 1. Very good stuff, man. Very good stuff. You can find... some of those books you can find, like the Common America, through your LCS. You can go out there and buy that. They put it out through Antarctic Press. Good stuff. Just very good stuff. And it's very manga-like. And it's good. It's good. I like it. Uh-oh. Content claim. We got that music on there. Let's see. Mike Porter, if you are here, I'm going to use that app today you're always telling me to avoid. Which one? Ten of Forks. Yeah, Marvel published a recipe book recently. Yeah, they did. Yeah. Great review on Punchline. I'll probably get it because I'm a completionist and it does have to do with stuff I already own. With it being a one-shot, I have no problem getting that one book. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm telling you, this book, man, like... I was reading it, man. I'm like, this like the book, like the art, it's freaking beautiful inside, man. Yeah. I don't know. I guess what else can I say? Yeah, Punchline number 1. Yeah, well, it's number 1. It's a one shot. It's a one shot. It should say one shot instead of number 1 more than anything. Comic book steals and deals. How are you doing? What is up? Whatever. I missed the reviews. That's why I'm back. Nice. Hell yeah. No Batman stays the way he is. Yeah. Dick Grayson. Yeah. Yeah, the art. Yeah, very manga-like. Yeah, Momoko-like. Yeah. Yeah, kind of Peach Momoko. Momoko seems to go a little more... It looks even a little more manga-like, you know? Like, yeah, definitely. I hear you. Definitely. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, I can't talk enough good things about Punchline. Again, I was talking about this one earlier too, Scarenthood. I wasn't sure what to think of this book. I wasn't sure if this was going to be any good. It's $4.99. I thought this book was good. I didn't think it was going to be very good. But what we see is we see a group of like I said, parents, and it seems like they're all. I wouldn't say they're all single parents because not all of them are. A couple of them are. But a couple of these parents who are dropping their kids off at school. There's some supernatural things that have happened at this school. They go to investigate it there, and there's just all these little things of coincidence that had happened, I guess you could say. But just like it gets into some great horror stuff here as well. It almost like seeing this almost reminded me of the plot. But like the art is very different from what Joshua Hickson does in the art for the plot. But it kind of reminded me of that in the sense where we see these parents, they've got their kids. This one guy seems to be going through quite a bit after discovering some supernatural things that were actually going on. They were actually doubting one of the other parents. They were saying like, "Man, you're crazy," and then they went and investigated and found out like, dude, this guy that found out, one of the main characters here, probably the main character, found out that this guy wasn't bullshitting, while everybody else like, dude, you're lying, that didn't really happen. Like, because the one of the kid, his daughter ended up he was late to pick up his daughter from school, like by hours, because while they were investigating this thing, he disappeared. They thought he was playing a joke on him, and he was like literally gone for that long when he just climbed under this inside of the school under these bleachers, do this investigation, and he came out not very much later for him, and it was hours later in the real world. So very cool things going on here in Scarenthood, and I believe this is only a 4-issue miniseries, so something you could get on and read without having to go on and read a full ongoing series. I'll tell you how I feel about ongoing series if you really want to know. Do you? But definitely a very good book this week. And again, like I was saying, the ten of Swords this week is really picking up and starting to get into this battle. So guys, if you're one of those people out there who's upset by issue number 14 of X-Men and what it did, believe me, I totally get it. I totally understand. Believe me, I do. If you've got nothing but bad things to say about Marvel because of X-Men issue number 14, I can't blame you. If you're going to make 10 videos and read about it, if you're going to make 1 half-hour video reading about it, totally not talking about you, Wes, over at Thinking Critical, because believe me, that video was good. and I actually agreed with almost everything he said. It was ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I was talking about this, what was it, earlier, was it last week? Talking about that where people were like, oh, but they're telling it from different points of view. Like, yeah. I get it. You know, maybe it was yesterday. I get it. Different points of view. That's what stories are. Most times, in any given situation, there's different points of view. You don't really have to explain that to us. You don't have to beat us over the head with it. You don't have to beat us over the head with the whole issue. With the whole issue of a recap from another point of view. We've seen this story like 4 times. You don't need to do it. So I get it. If you're one of those people out there who are upset by it, totally get it. Totally justified. If you're saying that you're off board and you're not going to read it, you're done with it, this week's 3 issues, go read them. You won't regret this week's 3 issues. I think all 3 of the issues this week were pretty good. Let me go back through here and just to make sure. Because, yeah, like I said, issue number 15 here of Marauders picks up where issue number 14 left off. Remember what Wolverine did there at the end? Remember? Even when that ended in issue number 14, I'm like, dude, like, that's not going to stand. That's not going to stand. The High Priestess Opal Luna Saturnine, isn't that what, or what's she known as, the Omniversal Majestrix, the Omniversal Majestrix Opal Luna Saturnine wouldn't allow some guy like Wolverine to just cut her down. Come on, like I seen that at the very end. I'm like, yeah. Dramatic end. It's not going to happen. It's not going to finish that way. And that we see what happens here at the beginning. She gives him, after that happens, she basically gives him a flashback of the future and says, sit down and take a seat, son. You don't want to, first of all, you don't want to do what you're trying to do. Second of all, you can't do what you're trying to do. Third of all, you need to think about what you're doing here, because if you fail your people, it's all your fault. If you guys lose, basically that's what she says. If Krakoa loses, it's kind of all on you, pal. It's pretty much what she tells him, giving him these visions of the future. So very interesting stuff. Now here is where I will say, getting into this book is where I was talking about consistencies in books that kind of irk me from time to time, where we see just like Lady Saturnine looks different in some of the different panels in this book. And not anything too crazy, but some of it just is a little, I mean, it's just a little bit different. Like we can see right up here where she looks like this, right? And like I said, it's not super huge, but they are just, it's little things that I notice. So where we get to, at what point in the book here, she starts to look a little bit different. Right here towards the end of the book, she just looks different. Again, it's not super huge. It's not like really big differences, but they are differences that I noticed. I'm like, and the thing here is like, why I think they need to make some distinctions is because there are times in some of these books where we are dealing with, and where the consistency in a character really comes in at is where we see panels where we have Opaluna Saturnine in an issue along with Emma Frost, because they both wear a lot of white. And there are times when they have done panels where I'm sitting there because they do like closer up shots, and I'm like, you guys probably need to distinguish the looks a little differently, because these characters, like, you almost confuse me. Like, I really have to go in and pay attention to some of the details to see which one is which in some of the panels, because we're dealing with the same two characters, or with two different characters in a book that look very, very similar, and at times they wear very similar outfits. Because at times, the Magistrix here, Opaluna Saturnine, has worn some outfits that look very Emma Frost-centric. Now, that could obviously be for a reason, because in case you don't know, Otherworld is somewhat of a mirrored reflection of the real world, of like the world here on Earth. It is somewhat of a mirrored reflection of that. Something they established in the Excalibur series right at the beginning, as above, so below. That's kind of what it all has to do with. So I almost feel like it's kind of on purpose as well. But yeah, here in chapter 14 of Marauders, very good book. Definitely, like I said, it's real. The story's actually picking up here, guys. I know last week probably turned a lot of people off, but it's okay. That's okay to hop back on and read it. This book, Marauders issue number 15, was very good. Then getting into the Excalibur as well. Again, I'm not going to give full spoilers or anything on this, but in this one, the Excalibur was very good, because we see that the tournament is getting underway here. Finally, in Excalibur, we see the first of the tournaments going underway here as the two mutants clash in round one. We get through several different, a couple of different rounds in this book, actually. We get through the first one. We get through the second one. First up, we got Captain Britain going up in round one. In round two, we've got Cypher in round two. round 2 gets pretty interesting. Let me tell you, round 2 gets pretty interesting here. And that's what we get in Excalibur issue number 14 here is 2 different tournaments going on that build up, and they're I don't know. I would say some of it's kind of comical. Some of it's kind of comical and a little bit funny. But then you get here into chapter 16 with Wolverine. And this issue, I'm telling you, this one is definitely one you want to read. We're full into the tournament here. Here we see one of the first tournament in here. First tournament here is going to be with one of my favorite characters I've really been enjoying. That's Ilyana Rasputin. That's right, Magic is finally going up to fight in round number 3 here. We've also got round number 4 here with who? Wolverine. That's right. And this issue really pretty much deals with all of the fighting that Wolverine is doing here through the next couple of rounds. Interesting. I'm telling you, these 3 issues this week definitely worth reading on the 10 of Swords. I understand if last week turned you off, but this week is the week that I can assure you it's okay to hop back on. And all 3 of these books this week were actually pretty good. All 3 of these books this week were actually pretty good. The least one I would say that people may not like would be Excalibur, just because some of the things that go on with those first 2 rounds, but altogether, like, it's underway, it's fun, and it's getting good. Like, that's the one that kind of builds it up, like, okay, this isn't a normal just like these guys are going to be sword fighting and it's not just that. This is the first inkling of that. So interesting to see how it is all developing. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get back here into the chats really quick before we end the show. I hope you're all having a very good day. Let's see what you all are saying. Comic Book Steals and Deals says, I'll take 2 peach momokos and a zombie bowl for the table. Nice. Yeah, Reefer says, Majestrix sounds dirty. It does. It does. I think, is it because it sounds like Dominatrix to you? Is that what it is? Dominatrix? I don't know. Lady Saturnine, yeah. Yep. The sword fight has turned into a college fraternity house party. I'm still in, but where is this headed? Yeah, and that's the thing, is like, she's Lady Saturnine is playing a game. That's all it is. She's just playing a game. Like through the Wolverine issue number 7 here, you can see that's plainly all she's doing is playing a game. And that Wolverine issue number 7, man, it was interesting. And it's kind of going down like these, like all of the characters here, like you probably know Wolfwarner. I don't have to explain this to you because you've been reading all these, I can assure you. That, like I was saying about the Excalibur thing, as above, so below. The whole thing that happened in Excalibur issue number 1, where they're saying that Otherworld, what happens in Otherworld is a mirrored reflection of what happens on our world. Not the exact same, but they set everything up in that issue for the most part. Where we've seen, like, oh man, why all of a sudden did I forget her name? She's for the Coven of Akaba. Stern, Mariana Stern, where she sacrificed her friends in this world and they came alive in Otherworld to serve Morgan Le Fay. There's that. But also, look at everything else out there. All of this other stuff happening is a mere reflection of what's happening on the Earth. The Iraqi, the mutants of Araco, they are the mirrored reflection of the mutants. But instead of being, how would you say, put down by humanity, instead of being, like, oh, they are over there waging war and dominating the world. And we can see that Amenth is trying to overtake everything. So what is Amenth? What is Amenth? Amenth is part of a type of society. Is Amenth a world mind? is it a? It's certainly above a hive mind, but it's definitely beyond. I think it's beyond a phalanx. I think the God, what is it? Is it a stronghold? I think it's a stronghold. Where, or maybe it's Dominion. Is it Dominion strongholds? I think it's a Dominion. I think it's a Dominion. Their sole purpose is to just where a phalanx goes out there and absorbs societies while serving their greater masters. The dominions are out there to absorb them no matter what. They don't care about serving anybody. They serve themselves because they want to become bigger than, I think it's the dominions that are the highest one. They want to overcome over those. So they overtake everything. They're absorbing it all. This is no different than what the phalanx was doing in the House and Powers of X, where they went and they're trying to absorb the society. They don't care. They just want to take it all. And I can guarantee you the Vescora I'm thinking that Krakoa is the Bauble Spire. I think Krakoa is the Bauble Spire that is attracting the Vescora to come to Earth to cleanse the Earth so it can be appropriated and be absorbed into the bigger collective by the Phalanx, or in this case, maybe by Amenth. Because that is what all the types of societies has to do with. That is what the other world, that is what the as above, so below, all these things have to do with. Because everything going on in Otherworld is a mirrored version of what is happening in the real world. Look at the God, what are they? The Dark World over there of in Otherworld that are just like the vampires. They're just like the vampires, right? But all these types of, I'm telling you, it all revolves to these types of societies fighting for dominance in these societies, and that's what it all has to deal with. Where we see that humans, for the longest time, it's always been mutants and humans that have been going at it. Well, we see through House of X and Powers of X, what ends up becoming the ultimate thing is the AI created, but not only the AI, but it's the AI through the way of the Nimrods. And it all has to do with, it's all these different types of societies fighting for dominance over one another. And it's something that we've seen, and they described it all in that series. And that's really all it is at this point, the humans, the mutants, everybody needs to come together to realize that there is a bigger threat out there. And that's what it's all about. Something, man, really nerding out about this stuff. But yeah. Again, like, yeah, it is interesting though, Wolf Warner, seeing where this is all headed. I mean, just seeing the fights and everything. But you can see, obviously, because we can see all the mirrored mirrored reality, where they got the Redroot Forest that is basically like Cypher, or yeah, Douglas Ramsey. We can see like the Redroot Forest is the same as that. We can see that. God, what's the other one? What's his name? I can't remember. The one who is like Wolverine, but instead of having bone claws, he has adamantium skin, which leads me to believe that if he has adamantium skin and Wolverine has adamantium bones, that makes me think that his insides are susceptible to damage, almost exactly like what happened to Rockslide with the Summoner. Almost exactly like what happened to Rockslide with the Summoner, where the Summoner went through and just hacked him, because like, I know if I get through the rocky surface and into your energetic actual being, I can kill you. I think the same thing is true with this. Oh man, why'd I forget his name all of a sudden? Forgot his name all of a sudden. What is his name? Solemn. Where we see Solemn is like that. He's got the adamantium skin. So it makes me think that he's the reverse of Wolverine. He probably don't have mutant healing abilities. He might have, it might be the exact opposite. Maybe if you actually puncture his skin, and you can get through that, maybe he's very vulnerable. So yeah, I don't know. Just interesting stuff going on here, but it is all a mirrored reality of what is going on Earth in Otherworld. It's the exact same thing, but it's just a mirrored version of it. And that's where like we've seen, like, man, what was it, after 100 years or whatever, where Genesis finally put on the helm of Amenth. Okay, now the helm of Amenth, that helm would essentially be that I think that dominion that I'm talking about that just wants to go out there and absorb everything. Now we can see also the other mirrored reality of, in Otherworld, Professor Xavier is who? Professor Xavier, along with Cerebro, who's the mirrored reality version of him in Otherworld? That's right, it's the White Sword. The White Sword is the mirrored reality where instead of having Cerebro that he reincarnates all his people from, he has the sword. The sword is what he uses to resurrect his army every day. This is no different than the Five and what they've got going on there in the, oh man, I want to call it the hatchery. The hatchery is where they all come out of, but this is no different. He has the exact same army that Xavier has. And these, basically, they are, what would they be? Would they be, I think they're just hive minds at this point. I'm not sure. They might go beyond hive with his helmet or with his sword, but a hive starts at 100. So I think it was hive. Yeah, hive starts at 100. So that's what the White Sword is, basically that. And we can see where the White Sword, the story of him has been told, where they say that he's no longer just like a regular mutant. He's been changed because this has pretty much become his religion. The resurrection process has become a religion and therefore has changed him. That's exactly what's happening to Xavier and Krakoa. Man, need some water. Need some water. So that's what this is all revolving around. In the end, we know Krakoa and Arakko do not become one. All this stuff we know, we've seen in the House of X and Powers of X. But that's ultimately all that's going down here, is this clash of these types of societies. That's what was going on Earth on this small scale before what? Before they attracted the attention of somebody else. This is something that happened in the House of X and Powers of X, where they were looking for, remember, the Homo Novissima, the post-humanity, were looking for a galactic suitor. They were looking for somebody to come and basically safeguard their society by becoming part of them, by becoming one of these Titan societies. But what happened was they attracted, instead of attracting a galactic suitor, somebody to a protector, they attracted a predator. And that was the Phalanx, who came down to absorb them. Now, what they were trying to do was fool the Phalanx at that point to not kill them. And how did they do that? They created the Nimbus, where they put themselves, basically their minds and everything, into this Nimbus that was them, essentially. It was them, their essence. What you could say is the White Sword or Cerebro. And they gave it to the Phalanx. The Phalanx said, here, absorb us. This is us. You don't need to kill us and eat us, but you can have us and we can become part of your collective. And you win. You get us and all of our intelligence and everything. To which they went ahead and they took that Nimbus and they're like, oh yes, we've got it. Now the thing here is what they were trying to do, what post-humanity was trying to do, because to make a machine leap, post-humanity has to make a human. There has to be a post-human leap for a machine leap to occur, and for it goes on and on until they trump each other, until one cannot outdo the other. And that's what post-humanity was trying to do with that Nimbus. Was they were saying, like, look, we're smarter than you, we can fool you, which they did. They did with that Nimbus by saying, hey, here's our essence, absorb it. And can we become part of you? You can take this and we can become part of you and we get to exist. And the Phalanx said, yes, it worked. We can absorb all your intelligence, but the Phalanx is still hungry and has to have energy to serve its master, so it absorbed the earth and everything in the first place, right? That's what's going on here with the same thing. That's what a menth is. A menth is one of these, I wouldn't say it's a phalanx. I would say it's probably a dominion that is out there willing to and ready to absorb these other societies. It's the exact same thing, just on a different scale going on with other worlds instead of just in this world, in this reality. It's all the same thing. It all comes down to these types of society. It all comes down to these types of society. And seeing it all unfold has been interesting. That's why I say, like, you don't need to read any of the House of X or any of the Dawn of X. House of X and Powers of X laid everything out there for you that you need to know. There's one other thing that you need to know, though. And that's in the that's through the Fantastic Four X-Men book as well. And it has to do with Franklin Richards. And what part does Franklin Richards play in all of this? It has to do exactly what I just said. That has to do with the post-humanity, the nimbus, and being absorbed by the phalanx. It all has to do with that. I was talking about this the other day. I was talking about it the other day on a stream, but I really kind of like to repeat these kinds of things because I think it's very important. But the role that Franklin Richards plays, because they laid it out in the Fantastic Four X-Men, is that he can create universes. So instead of creating a nimbus that has all of their, essentially all of their minds backed up on basically a hard drive to give to the phalanx, what they will do, their plan, I believe, is to create another universe of themselves to duplicate, like they did with the Nimbus, like the post-humans did with the Nimbus, to put all of their minds, all of their intellect, everything into that universe. Take everything we know about this universe, like they back up with Cerebro, into this new universe, this pocket universe, or this new universe that Franklin Richards creates to give to the phalanx that are coming for the Earth, that want to absorb the Earth. Once they have that, they think they have won. They've got humanity has been absorbed. They got all the energy they need. And the phalanx thinks they've won. But here, what happens if they do this is mutants and humanity, in that case, in this case it would be mutants, have actually ascended. They like that post-human leap, the machine leap, they ascended it. They essentially would have fooled the thing, and thus they win the game of this whole House of X and Powers of X thing that's going on here with these types of societies and avoiding being killed and absorbed by the phalanx. They win. That's what it's all about. Now, the journey there has been interesting, but I'm telling you, that's their plan. I think that's their plan, is to do that. But they're going to fail. They're going to fail, and Moira is going to die. At the end of it, she's going to be killed or resurrect, be killed and resurrect once again. And she's going to go through and she's going to live her life the normal way that we've always known Moira, thus dropping us right back into the normal or ongoing, the regular history of X-Men. So all of this stuff will have been stuff that's not that it not happened, but it's a story that happened but didn't really. You know what I mean? It's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. And that's if it goes the way that I think it's going to. And it looks like everything I'm thinking how it's going is happening. But I don't know, man. Yeah, I really nerded out about this stuff. What can I say, man? I'm a nerd. Oh, man. Glitter and Duct Tape, thank you so much for being here. Says, that was awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Good day to you as well. Yeah, I saw him. Yeah. Wookie, what is up? The White Sword. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, it was a white. Yeah. Yep. Has X-Men reached 700 issues yet? Legacy? I don't know. Like on the, is that what you're talking about? Like the legacy numbering on it? I'm not for sure. Could Mad Jim Jaspers be messing with everyone's reality? He's Ten of Swords for a reason. Believe it. He is intent. Yeah. Well, see, and that's the other thing too, right there. Wolf Warner is Mad Jim Jaspers messing with everyone's reality, What about Jamie Braddock? Remember what Jamie Braddock did when they were fighting with Morgan Le Fay? He made her think that they actually killed Betsy, but they didn't, because he was twisting and warping reality. And it's the same thing. And here you see you've got Lady Saturnine and Jamie Braddock at the same time. It's all interesting, because that's what kind of gets me too, is that twisting and that warping of the realities too. It's like, and they kind of made you think, what's the real reality here? What's going on here? Who's really pulling the strings? Is it Jamie? Is it Lady Saturnine? Is it somebody bigger than that? I don't know, because like I said too, it's all interconnected. The other world and this world it's that mirrored reality. Definitely, man. Interesting. Yeah. But yeah, good call though. Jim Jaspers, yeah, he's definitely there for a reason, especially considering what he's dealing with, what he deals in with the world from. What's the one that has all the collapsed realities and all that stuff in it that like you don't like? Only the truly strong go there. I can't remember what other reality that is there in another world, but yeah, he basically deals with stuff from there, right? Yeah. All right, Lord Veedo, what is up, my man? How are you doing? You're late, brah. You're gonna have to rewind, man. Yeah. No doubt, Jamie Braddock is an ill dude too. Yeah, Jamie Braddock. I don't like, and see, here's what makes me think some of that too, because what happened in this week's issue of Excalibur, the way he acted and everything, you know what I'm talking about. The way he acted and everything to that first tournament, it's like Jamie Braddock is full of shit, man. Did that really happen? I don't know, man. Like, I really don't know. Yeah, because Jamie Braddock, he's messing with some stuff. He's messing with some stuff. Holla in the chat. Yeah, the Crooked Market. Yeah. Well, no, the Crooked Market is what he runs, but there was that other reality. The other reality, I can't remember which one the name of it is. The one there that has, it's nothing but collapsed realities and stuff that people just don't mess with. Like, you just don't go there. Like, he had the Crooked Market, but there was that other reality that is basically all that, and nobody goes there. But it's stuff that Jim Jaspers would deal with. And getting rid of, I can't remember what it was called though, but who dislikes a pull list video? Says Nerdy Blur, my man Ryan, what's up? I'll tell you who probably dislikes it. Probably the person who was here when I was talking about James Tynan's Batman. I'm sorry. Hey, look, James Tynan has this thing that he does in all of his books. It's okay. I have no problem with that. But is he going to do it to Batman soon enough? Is he going to? I think he is. Dang it. Oh, man, I'm being bad. But anyway, guys, we've been going here for quite a while, man. What have I been going, like almost 90 minutes now? Yeah, it had something to do with James Tynan, because in all of his books, he seems to have, he has to have a gay character in it. And that's okay. I'm not upset about that. I don't care. That's the world we live in. But what it was I was saying is he going to make Batman gay one of these days? I mean, it's just a joke. Y'all know how I am. I'm full of shit, and I like to be lighthearted and joke, man. I like to be lighthearted and joke. But yeah, that's why they would have done it. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for today's pull list and video and stream today. Again, thank you for hanging out with me as I nerd and talk about the Ten of Swords and the Dawn of X and House of X and Powers of X. Oh yeah, that's probably what it was. It wasn't it wasn't Robbie. It was probably that Batman and Dick Grayson joke I made. That's what it was. I got this, like. Oh, you know what? Maybe it was the person that was in here spamming the chat. Maybe it was them. Maybe it was that person. But anyway, guys, that's what we've got for today. Again, if there's any of the comic books that I was talking about earlier that you would like me to go into more depth on and do some reviews on the channel, let me know down in the comments below. But we will see you all in the next video. Later.